Hello and welcome to Sundry News for Wednesday, June 24th. We begin with the Daily Wire. Jimmy Kimmel breaks silence over past blackface and statement taking swing at critics. The genuinely racist. Okay, I've passed over this a couple of times in my reading, so I'll just click on it now. On Tuesday, late-night host Jimmy Kimmel broke his silence concerning his past donning of blackface in old man show sketches, though he did not explicitly address reports of his alleged use of the N-word on a past Christmas album. In a statement released Tuesday, the embattled Jimmy Kimmel Live host took shots at folks on the right, whom he identified as those who equate apologies with weakness and cheer for leaders who use prejudice to divide us, while offering his apologies to those offended by his actions. If you genuinely have something to apologize for, then no, I don't believe apologizing is weakness. But it is if you've said something that just happens to go against the, society at the moment, the current atmosphere, and you don't stick to your guns, then that's cowardice, and it's not going to make anybody happy. I have long been reluctant to address this, as I knew doing so would be celebrated as a victory by those who equate apologies with weakness and cheer for leaders who use prejudice to divide us, the statement started. That delay was a mistake. There is nothing more important to me than your respect, and I apologize to those who were genuinely hurt or offended by the makeup I wore or the words I spoke. On KROQ radio in the mid-90s, I did a recurring impression of the NBA player Karl Malone. In the late 90s, I continued impersonating Malone on TV. We hired makeup artists to make me look as much like Karl Malone as possible, Kimmel admitted. I never considered that this might be seen as anything other than an imitation of a fellow human being, one that had no more to do with Karl's skin color than it did his bulging muscles and bald head. Yeah, that's how it should be when you're doing impressions of people, and that is all that it should be. You're just imitating a person. Or if you're being that person for Halloween, or if your kid is being somebody for Halloween, it's an imitation. It's not necessarily a mockery. Looking back, many of these sketches are embarrassing, he continued, and it is frustrating that these thoughtless moments have become a weapon used by some to diminish my criticisms of social and other injustices. It is frustrating, The host noted that he has evolved and matured since his past infractions, a commentary that runs counter to the left's so-called cancel culture rules that suggest no such change is possible. Yeah. I know that this will not be the last I hear of this, and that it will be used again to try to quiet me, Kimmel said. I love this country too much to allow that. I won't be bullied into silence by those who feign outrage to advance their oppressive and genuinely racist agendas. Oh my goodness. Just one day earlier, Kimmel, who consistently preaches left-wing politics and smears the president as racist, was pummeled in the press over reports that he used the N-word multiple times in a song for a Christmas album recorded in 1996. Though, ironically, as noted by the Daily Wire, Kimmel previously pressed actor Tom Arnold to release an alleged N-word tape of President Donald Trump, which has not materialized. The host recently announced that he'll be taking the summer off, an announcement that came on the heels of the resurfaced man show blackface sketches. I'm taking this summer off to spend even more time with my family, Kimmel said last week. There's nothing wrong. I'm healthy. My family's healthy. I just need a couple of months off. Out of the public eye while this all blows over, huh? Statement from Jimmy Kimmel. I'm not going to read all that. See Kimmel's full statement below. That's the same thing. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Back. Watch. I had just turned 15. Uncomfortable Megan Fox interview with Jimmy Kimmel resurfaces following alleged N-word tape. And I'm curious about that too. During the interview with Fox, Kimmel approvingly laughs when the actress recalled director Michael Bay allegedly sexualizing her when she was just 15 years old. Okay. During one scene, Bay apparently directed a young Fox who had just turned 15 to stand under a waterfall while wearing a bikini and heels since she was too young to be sitting at a bar. Okay. Kimmel approvingly laughed, adding, "Well, that's really a microcosm of how all our minds work, but some of us have the decency to repress those thoughts and pretend that they don't exist." Well, yeah, and he's referring to men here. And yeah, that's true. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. What? An utterly disgusting take by Kimmel? Alright, for one thing, you are editorializing when you add that word approvingly. You don't necessarily know that he was laughing in approval. But yes, it is true about how minds work. Anyway, whatever. Oregon County issues face mask order that exempts non-white people. And I read about this, and yeah. It's for anybody non-white who is afraid of being racially profiled or whatever because of wearing a mask, then they don't have to. So, yeah. That's racist. Pretty much. And it talks about, it shows like some statements by people of color who fear that wearing a mask will cause other people to be intimidated by them, and fear them, think they're up to no good. But I think a lot of that depends on the mask that you choose to wear. Just don't pick an intimidating one. Kimmel again apologizes, then attacks racist critics. James Woods fires back, "Just own it, you unabashed racist." New Amazon series shows blacks enslaving whites. Quote, "You raped our daughters, what if we rape yours?" I'm not reading that or watching that. There's a bunch of ads. Move